Welcome to Accelerate. And now, introducing the CEO and co-founder of VTS, Nick Romito.
Wow. Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here. This is an unbelievable thing and something that our team has worked a very long time to put together for you. It's a culmination of a lot of hard work and all of you really wanting an entire industry to change. So we are just so excited to have a sold-out conference. Yes, that's worth clapping for. Here at the Intercontinental, in our backyard, and we know a lot of you flew in for this, and we're so grateful. As we've gone through this process, it's been really hard for the founding teams to not reminisce about how we got here. So before we talk about the event, just a quick little side story. I was talking to one of my co-founders, I now have many, Ryan Masiello, about 2010 when we had this crazy idea for a company that we believed would help change or drive the industry forward. We had a buddy of ours who was in technology, and he said, you got to meet one of my friends. He's a really successful venture capitalist, and he'll give you really honest feedback about this idea to see if it has legs. And we're like, great. We were so excited. We planned for weeks for this meeting. Great presentation. We were in the business of real estate, so we thought we were just the smartest guys on earth. And I'll never forget it. We went to a Starbucks, which is where most VCs meet you before they figure out if you're worthy to go to their office. And they bought us a latte. So we spent 30 minutes walking him through this idea, and he looked up and he said something very inspiring at the time. He said, "That's a terrible idea. And the people in that industry are never going to change." And that's the thing that we took away, and we said, we just don't believe that. So for us to look out into this audience and see this is unbelievable. 300 of the world's top real estate investors, you fine people, are here to talk about change, to accelerate it. And we've got an unbelievable conference put together for you. We've got 32 speakers from an array of different industries, not just real estate. People who've changed baseball, the people who've invested in companies like LinkedIn and Yelp to talk about where they think this business is going. We've got over 3 billion square feet of assets under management under this roof right now. That's a lot of product. We've got 2 full days, today and tomorrow, to help you future-proof your business, which we're super excited about. 11 different keynotes. Just an unbelievably action-packed day. And it's really about change. And as most of you know, we know more about change than most at this point. The past 7 months for us have been nothing but change. It's been really interesting. For the past 3 years, we've been in a pretty big battle with a really great company, much like Apollo and Rocky here. We all remember this unbelievable franchise. This was our lives for a long time. We were duking it out with an unbelievable company that we really admired, but we're going round for round with just about every single day. And after a while, we got to talking. Both companies had spent a lot of time together speaking on, I think Brandon and I were on like 130 panels together in 2 years, and developed a relationship and just started talking about, what do we really care about? And it was a really simple answer. It was you. It was, how do we take the focus off of each other and put it back on the customer? Because we really believed that if we could put the two companies together, it wasn't a 1 + 1 = 2. This was a 1 + 1 = 5 for the customer. And it allowed us to have something that we've never really had before, which was relentless focus. Focus on building value for the things that you need, not the things that we think you need to win the next deal. And private-to-private mergers are really hard. You don't see them a lot. We asked our investors, what do you think? And they said, we think it makes a lot of sense, but it'll probably never happen. So we had to work really hard and make sure that both companies, the founders, really liked each other before we kind of put the next step forward. And it's been amazing. The outcome of this merger for us has been, one, very happy customers. I mean, the feedback from the brokerage firm, the owners, has been unbelievable. So we're so grateful that you feel that way. And it's been, we loved both companies so much. It was always hard for us to choose one. And we just thought you guys had such a synergistic thing going, and to put them together is special. So here's some of the outcomes of that. One, VTS now has 5.8 billion square feet live on our platform. We're adding 400 million square feet a quarter. Now, we're a global company, so it's not all US, but the majority of it is. We've got 36,000 buildings on the platform today across 30,000 users. That is 30,000 people that we can learn from to build you new products. The best part is that we have 70 people on our product and engineering team. who are doing nothing but focusing on how do I make this a better platform for our users, and what's the next thing? How do we make the industry move faster? So it's an unbelievable thing. So outside of this, we're really having a good time. The teams love each other. So while we started out in the ring, we're a lot more like Rocky II now. Brandon and I do this at least once a week on the Hudson. You might see us frolicking on the coastline. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun. But the world is changing, not just our business or others. I mean, every single thing that we do is different than how we did it last year or the year before. I mean, really everything. If you look at just computers for a minute, this was not 50 to 100 years ago. This was 20 years ago. This was a modern computer, the highest power machine we could find. They put people on the moon with these things. Today, a high-power computer with about 1,000 times the horsepower lives in your pocket. Every part of your job is done on your phone. Every single thing that you do every day is on your phone. Your banking, you hail taxis, you book hotel rooms. Another unbelievable stat is 50% of all relationships this year will happen online. Raise your hand if you're on Tinder. You're such liars. You're all, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Sure. So what's the output of all of this usage of us being on these supercomputers in our pocket? Well, the answer is we have no idea. 90% of the world's data has been created, and what they really mean is accumulated, in the past 2 years. We have no clue what all of this means. So we're really at the beginning of using information in our personal lives to do lots of other things, which I think is an unbelievable stat for us just to kind of take and internalize. Now, while we talked about our personal lives, the reason that we're here is to talk about business. We want to arm you to win in the market and future-proof your business. So let's look at another industry similar to ours that we believe is going through a very, very similar change, or actually really has gone through this change. This is the stock exchange. This is how we traded securities for a very long time. Bunch of people running around, sweating, inefficiently, handing each other pieces of paper, trying to execute. Quality of life was terrible. You didn't make a ton of money, and it just wasn't a great occupation. The entire market was just very, very antiquated and hard to move forward. But a couple things happened. Really, really intelligent money flooded the market. Entrepreneurs saw an opportunity, and investors put money into the market. The market looks very different today. This is it, right? It's completely algorithmically driven. Technology operates every single part of this industry, and it's efficient. And it's not just the market, it's the people. The modern trader is efficient. She can execute from anywhere with real-time information from her phone, from her desktop. For her, data's a weapon. It's not a need to have, or it's not a nice to have, it's a need to have. We believe the industry is going in that direction. This isn't just an example, this is foreshadowing. So outside of the individual, let's look at how this actually affected the institutions, right? The you of this industry. Well, let's look at one we all know pretty well. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs has 9,000 software engineers. Not employees, software engineers. So let's compare that to a big technology company. Twitter has 3,500 employees. So Goldman Sachs has almost 3 times the amount of software engineers as Twitter has employees. I was just talking to Joe Rich from Related, who's here, who's been a big pioneer of this stuff for a long time, and he said to me, I have a better stat. Intercontinental Tires, we're talking tires, rubber that goes on our cars, have 12,000 software engineers right now, just preparing for sensors and autonomous driving. So every industry is going through massive change at rates that we've never seen before. So we think this is foreshadowing. This is not just an example that we should pay attention to. So what about us? Where is commercial real estate in this shift that we're seeing across the world? Well, we believe we're here. We're at the precipice. We've taken that slow ride up the roller coaster where lots of things have had to happen to then enjoy the fun part. And we've had lots of attributes, right? Different variables have got us here. And similar to finance, let's take a peek at those. One, this entire asset class is institutionalizing. $7 trillion poured into the market with lots of really valuable data flowing through it. You've got smart money, people like yourselves, who use information to manage every other asset class they own, except this one. Doesn't make any sense. And it's going to change, and it's changing. So this is a very, very important part of our story. Second, you've got venture capital, the smartest technology investors in the world, watching what's happening and putting their bets here, right in our space. Very few industries have seen a shift like this where this much capital is coming this fast to a market. And it's because the data is very obvious. This is where the market's going. So we're obviously excited to be a part of this, and lots are happening. And if you look at the investors themselves, here's what they're saying. We've never seen another industry shift from paper to a platform at this speed. No other industry where you've got this many people, this group of people, in a room celebrating technology in this short period of time. It's never happened. So really, really awesome stuff there, and we're so excited. So we think it's about to get interesting. We're just starting. So what's our secret ingredient? We get asked that all the time. Was it the merger? Was it the technology stack? Is it your team? We think it's all those things. We've been working our butts off to try to change this market. But our number one ingredient, by far, is you. It's the people in this room. If you're in this room right now, you are, by definition, an innovator. You are pioneering this market. We are in early stages of where this is going to go. So we're so excited to have you here and really be a part of this community with us. Because that's what VTS is. VTS is not a company. It is not a technology platform. It's a community. It's a movement. It's people who want to move this industry forward, and that's what you're a part of. So I wanted to share this with you. This is one of our actual company values. When I say you, I mean this is in our DNA. This is how we bonus our employees and review them every single quarter, by looking at our values. And one of those is, do you take customer success personally? Did what you did this quarter tell us that the customer is the most important thing to you? Now, that's not just salespeople or account managers. That's engineers. It's product people. How much did you really think about what that person needs? And if you didn't, you don't get your bonus. So I wanted to share that because it's such an important part of our DNA and our story, and I think a big reason that everyone is here today to celebrate this. So we have 3 goals for the conference. We're excited for you to take away lots of things, but these are the 3 main objectives. One is to educate you. We want you to be totally prepared for the future. Now, things are changing really fast, but if we can give you just chapter 1 about what we think is happening and prepare you for that, huge win for us. We want you to really just pay attention, meet new people, and go back to your organizations with lots of new information. 2, inspire you. We want to inspire you to think outside the box. We believe it's going to be a new world very, very soon, and there is no wrong answers. Think differently. I think that's a Steve Jobs quote. I can't claim that one, but it's true. 3, arm you to win. You're in a competitive market. We're going to have a lot of fun, but we get it. This is commercial real estate. So we want to give you the information, the data, and the tools you need to win in the market. We've got a pretty crazy next 48 hours. Hopefully you guys have all seen the agenda, but it's action-packed. We wanted to make this a truly unique experience, unlike any other real estate event you've been to, and it's going to get bigger year after year, that I can promise you. So we've got some unbelievable things. You're going to have Mark Roberge. Mark is a senior lecturer at Harvard Business School. He really reshaped the way that we think about enterprise sales and selling software, which we believe is a direct correlation to where leasing is going to go. We're going to start thinking about leasing space, same way we think about selling software. We have a funnel, things get converted. It's in our product, which Brandon's going to talk about, but Mark more or less created that. So to have him talk to you about best practices and how to think about it is going to be massive for your businesses. 2, we've got, I think for the first time ever, not in your time, there has maybe yes, but the C-suite from the top 5 brokerage firms in the world telling you about their digital strategies. What are they doing to get ready for the future and help future-proof your business? So really excited to have all these gentlemen here and join us for this. 3, we've got the world's largest venture capital investors. These are the investors in people like LinkedIn, Yelp, the companies that we use every single day talking about a couple things. 1, what does your tenant look like in the future? What do they care about? 2, where are we making our bets? What are the industries you should be paying attention to? This is going to be tomorrow. So unbelievable insights from the world's largest investors. We're going to see Dave Fano is the Chief Product Officer of WeWork. So it's his job to figure out what are the different strategies and products WeWork should be building. It's one of the most disruptive companies in our industry maybe ever. And what they're doing, you should all really pay attention to because, listen, they've gone from the small tenant to the big one. And it's a change worth paying attention to. It's unbelievable stuff. So Dave will be talking tomorrow as well. And last but not least, the man who changed baseball forever, Billy Beane. Analytics is now the way baseball is ran. Billy helped start that movement. He more or less created it. Hopefully you've all seen the movie. We're so excited to have Billy here later today and talk about how what happened in baseball is happening in commercial real estate. So my challenge to you is this. As you sit through these panels and these keynotes is to do a couple things. One, let's try to call them customers, not tenants. This is all about the future of our business. And we believe at VTS that in the very near future, this is going to be the way we talk about tenants. Customers. Two, engage with each other. You've got people from all around the country who are here for the same reason, to move the market forward. They care about the same things. They might do things differently, but you should learn from them. So be active, interact with everybody, and meet some new people. And three, take one new idea back to your company. Go back to your firms next week and say, I have an idea. I heard some unbelievable speakers. I learned a lot of new things. I think we can do this one thing differently, and it's going to make a huge impact. That's a challenge I have for you.